Hey, what's going on, man? Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? Guten Tag, wie geht's dir? Well, it's out. War Thunder Ground Forces is out available for everybody to play, and I have been playing it. I wanted to show you just a quick game in my StuG, one of the first ones I've played in the StuG, and just give you my basically thoughts and impressions about the game. Long story short, you're going to be seeing more of this on this channel. I really liked playing this game. It was a ton of fun. Has a lot to offer that the World of Tanks just doesn't have right now for me. Namely, the realism. Really like the realism aspect of this. It just seems a little bit more fun. Now, with that being said, and I'm getting a little tired of World of Tanks, you know, you just play so much the same game that I kind of want something else. With the Memorial Day weekend just right around the previous corner, I did play a lot of World of Tanks, got a new tank for it, and blah blah blah, but I want to show you right now War Thunder again. I am working down the StuG. I'm working towards getting some rank, I think it's rank 3 tanks. I'm trying to pick up one more rank 2, or my first rank 2, so I can move on to the rank 3 vehicles. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, man. You know, that first tank you got with this thing just absolutely sucked. The Panzer whatever. It was a pain in the rear to drive that thing. Finally got something a little bit better, and I actually got some decent games with the StuG in here. Are you playing this game? You know, let me know. I'm kind of curious to see who else is playing this. I know a couple of you have mentioned a couple things here and there about playing it and how you think it's the bee's knees and all that kind of good stuff, but just curious. One thing that you really do notice the difference between this and World of Tanks is just how the tanks drive. They're much more clunkier. They feel kind of like how a tank would feel, except it is a little bit unrealistic how you can just, I don't know what's the right way to say it, but like burn around corners and stuff like that. I can't think of like the word to say, but your tracks kind of like the tank slides out around the corners and all that kind of stuff. That doesn't seem very realistic to me, but I think I'm gonna have a fun time playing this. Play this a lot, especially on simulator battles. I'm getting kind of excited to play that. I think that'll be a great time. It's, you know, arcade battles are good. I just don't like how everybody and their brother can see you so easily on the game. And look at the graphics. I mean, the graphics are just amazing as always. And I like kind of, with the StuG, I like going off into the side and finding some cover and, you know, all that kind of good stuff. And you can't really do that when you have arcade mode on because it's just so easy to see everybody. The other thing I'm curious about is I don't really see any planes entering into the games either. There hasn't been any. See, look at this. Boom. There's one. Right through that driver's port. And he's out. He's done for. Good night. That's so much, you know, I mean, it's obviously a lot more realistic, but it's so much more fun when you actually shoot a tank and they die in the first time. Or if you get ammo racked, and it's so much more frustrating when you get ammo racked here than it feels like when you play World of Tanks. And you gotta lead them and all that kind of good stuff. Man, it's just so much fun. And you can see here I'm putting in some big time work. Look at that smoke coming out. Putting in some big time. Boom, he's done. Work with this StuG, dude. And how I'm getting shot on my side. I'm trying to get around a little bit to use the side of the bridge here for cover. And it's a StuG that I'm going against. If you're playing with the StuG, let me take this off. This thing. If you're playing with the StuG, you really want to try to keep them to shoot in that front plate, because that's actually surprisingly what's the word I'm looking for? Not thick, but it's surprisingly bouncy, I guess, for lack of a better term. And then the ammo for this is I use just a regular APCR ammo, but I also use some sort of high explosive. I have I think 4 high explosive shells loaded up with the rest APCR, so that when I get close, look at that. Oh, is that sick? Good night. ruin that guy's day. But I also have that that high explosive ammo. It does like 81 millimeters of penetration at every distance. But I like to use that real close up or against StuGs. There's another one right over here. Can't really see him. You can see him right there. You see him? You can see I was using the high explosive right there. And that's what you gotta use against these other StuGs when you're shooting them from the front. There, he's on fire. He's moving a little bit. And now I'm out of my good armor piercing. Or my good HE, so I'm using armor piercing instead. Look at that. And he's done. Good night, sweet prince. Man, I'm telling you, the graphics are amazing. The gameplay is absolutely amazing too. One thing I have noticed is I do try to shoot a lot of the cupolas on these things, and it doesn't really seem to do as much. That's that first thing right there, the Panzer Kampfwagen 4 LC. It has a 20mm cannon. That thing is garbage. I was playing with that thing and I was just getting so mad because I couldn't kill anybody with it. Didn't seem like they might have buffed it or something after a couple of days after, because when this thing first came out I started playing with it and then I couldn't kill anybody with that thing, and then I came back after a couple of days and it seemed like it might have been buffed a little bit because I started getting a lot more kills with it. And here I'm set on fire. I put out the fire with my fire extinguisher. And now this is just bad news bears because it's me shooting against him and he's shooting against me, and I'm already a little bit weaker than he is. The other thing that I don't know about when it comes to this game that I'm kind of curious if someone can help me out. When you have somebody knocked out, like your gunner knocked out or something like that, how does he get back? How does he come back? Because it seems like you basically, once he's knocked out, I think you gotta wait like the 10 seconds like you do for like repairing the tracks or something. But there's been times when my guys got wounded, like my loader's been wounded, my loader's been wounded, or my gunner's been wounded, and I'm just sitting there forever and a day before I can't, and I can't even shoot. So maybe you can help me by letting me know down in the comments how that how that whole system works. Sometimes the guy comes back after like 20 or 30 seconds, sometimes he doesn't. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking and let you watch the rest of this. Please like, comment, favorite, subscribe, especially if you want to see more War Thunder Ground Forces combat, and if you have some input for me to help me out a little bit, and just to let me know if you're playing this too. If you see me in the game, say hi and we'll give it a go. Play a couple rounds. So with that, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.